Hey everyone, Allison here from Not Just Yarn, and welcome back to another Floral Granny Square video. This one is a special request. Actually, one of my subscribers was asking if I was going to film certain ones, and she listed them off, and I hadn't come across this one yet. So I put a little note on it to film it, especially for her. So I hope this helps in your blanket making process. Anyways, this is the square today. Today is day 40, which is kind of insane that I have been doing this for 40 days. It's been a really fun project. I can't wait to put this together. I know some of the color combinations are a little bit wild, but you know what? That was part of my process, part of the fun. So this one is called Tea Rose. Take a look at the chart on the back. So we've got one round of color A, which the wheel spat out is going to be toasted coconut. And then we have, I think it's 3 rounds of the second color, which is going to be berry jam. And then the third color is going to be silver. And the outside the border is going to be dusty lavender. So another unique color combination. This one is fairly easy to start. We have got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochets. So let's make our magic ring and get going. Get my right hook there. And now 8 single crochets into my magic ring. And I thought it worth sharing with you guys what I have started doing. Rather than join into the first stitch of my magic ring with a slip stitch and then do the little chain 1 tie off, I have been doing the sort of invisible stitch join. And what that is before you slip stitch, before you do anything, cut off your yarn. And then I'm just going to pull that yarn out of the stitch. So this tail is my center ring. I'm not going to pull that just yet. This one I'm going to thread on to a yarn needle, which honestly is harder than anything else. There we go. And then to make my invisible join, I thread my yarn needle into the first stitch of my round. So this is the first single crochet I did. So I'm going to catch the front loop and the back loop from front to back. Pull that through. I'm not going to tighten it overly much at this point. I'm going to come back down through the middle of my last stitch and then out the back. And that creates this faux stitch. Now, I don't want to get confused and think that I have 9 single crochets. So I'm going to tug this. It's going to sort of distort it a little bit, but I'm just going to tug it so it's really small, and then I can remember that, nope, that is my faux stitch, and I don't try and stitch into it. And then I can just weave in this end. I will wait until I do at least one more round before I weave in the tail from the magic loop, because as soon as I tighten that, my single crochets are going to get tight and hard to get into. Okay, so that is round 1. Let's look at round 2. If we bring this up nice and close. So round 2 starts with a single crochet, And then it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and then we single crochet in the next single crochet. So I am going to do that. So single crochet, 4 chains, single crochet all the way around. And then in round 3, we work into those chain 4 spaces. So I'm going to put my hook into my first single crochet, attach my yarn, chain 1, and put a single crochet in there. And I'm just going to sort of work over the tail of my yarn just to secure it a little bit more. And then chain 4 and into the next stitch. And again, I'm going to work over the tail of my yarn. I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 4, and single crochet into my next stitch. So I'm going to do this all the way around, and I will meet you up at the end. We should have 8 of these little chain 4 loops. So I am at my last stitch, and don't let this confuse you. So I've done 6 little loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got my 7th right here on my hook, then in my chain 4. I'm going to go into my last single crochet, and now I'm going to do 1 more chain 4. And remember, this is not an actual stitch, this is like my faux stitch, so I'm ignoring that, and I am slip stitching into the beginning single crochet, which in my deep berry is a little bit tricky to see. So slip stitch into that. And that's what we have after round 2. So now round 3, we're sticking with the same color, and we're putting a single crochet. So all this goes into the chain 4 space. So it's going to feel like a lot of stitches going into this chain 4 space, but you just got to kind of shove them aside and keep adding. So we start with a single crochet, and then we have a half double crochet, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets, another half double crochet, and a single crochet. That is a whole lot of stitches into that chain 4 space. So let's see what that looks like. It doesn't say to slip stitch or anything, so we're just going to go right in there, single crochet, half double crochet, and then 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm running out of space, so I'm just going to kind of shove my stitches over. Oopsies, forgot to yarn over. Come here. 6, 7, and then we need a half double crochet and a single crochet, all in that space. So that gives us this little petal. And then I think we skip the next. So we've just done this, and now see how there's a chain sitting on top of this chain 4 space. That means after this grouping, we're going to skip the next shell, and we're going to repeat that shell in the next one. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip this next little, sorry, let's get focused. Skip this next little loop, and we're going to come over here. I'm going to do the same. So single crochet, half double crochet, and then 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then I need one more half double crochet and a single crochet. Chain 1, skip the next chain 4 space, and in the next one, single crochet, half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Half double crochet and single crochet to complete that shell. Chain 1, skip this one, and the last repeat is in the second to last loop. So single crochet, half double crochet, oopsies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochets, half double crochet, and a single crochet. Now let's just see. So we've come all the way around. We're here. I need to chain 1. And let's look at the notes here. Arrows show where to insert the round 4 stitches worked into the chain spaces from round 2. So if we look at round 4, it looks a little bit like they've broken, like this is the end of round 3. We end with a chain and then we slip stitch to probably the beginning. I think I was supposed to chain and I didn't, so whatever. Slips will attach to the beginning single crochet. Now it looks like they broke their yarn and they started over here. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, mostly because I'm lazy. Round 4 is similar to the round we just did, so we're going to make the same petals into those skipped chain 4 spaces that are left. And in between, instead of a chain 1, we've got chain 3. And I think those chain 3s are probably going to go behind the petal, because then we build more behind. So I have just finished that last petal. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch over here to the first single crochet. And then I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to keep these chains as loose as I can. I'm a very tight crocheter, so it's a little bit hard for me to do that. And then I'm going to come over. Now this is my chain 1 from round 3. I'm going to ignore that, and I am going to find that chain 4 space. So I'm just going to kind of pull it out so that I can see it. Hopefully you can see that on camera there. I know it's dark yarn, and so it's a little awkward. And then I'm going to start my petal. So single crochet, half double, and then 7 double crochets. half double crochet, a single crochet, and now to get over to the next space I need to chain 3, and I'm going to try and keep those as loose as I can. Find that chain 4 space and do my petal grouping. So single, half, 7 doubles. One more half double crochet and one more single crochet, and I repeat. Chain 3, find my next chain 4 space. So just remember, you're working behind the petals that you've already made. Oopsies. That's number 7. I need a half double and a single, chain 3, and I got one more. Okay, last half double crochet and single crochet of this round, and this is what we have so far. So we're getting this lovely layered look for the rose petals. Right, so I actually had to pull it back. I messed something up royally, and I don't want to lead you astray. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go through this again. You're not gonna see the wrong bit. Okay, so I have just finished my last petal for round 4, and I'm back at my beginning. And so the first time I did another chain and attached it, and then I had these 2 chains, and I kind of confused myself. So this time let me back up. For the next round, we are going to be working in, so we've just done these petals here, and then we had these chain 3s in between. So next round we're going to be working into these chain 3s. So I've already got 1 chain 3 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. I don't need any more. That's just going to confuse the situation. So after that last petal, I am going to slip stitch into the first chain of that chain 3. And now I am basically here. So I am going to chain 3 and start my round 5. In round 5, we are making these sort of corner, what's the word? Patterns, I guess. So it's 5 double crochet, a chain 1, and 5 double crochet. So this chain 3 is masquerading as our first double crochet. So I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain 1, and then I'm going to put 5 double crochets into that same chain 3 space. And now to hop over this petal from round 4, I'm going to do a chain 2 that goes behind my petal. I come over to that next chain 3 space and I repeat that 5 double crochet, chain 1 and 5 double crochet. So what we have forming here, I'm just going to pull my hook out there. What we have forming are these corners that then we can build the rest of the square around. So let's keep going. We just finished one. We're going to chain 2. We're going to go behind the petal of row 4, come over to this chain 3 space, 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet. So I lost count. I was thinking in my head. Okay, one more. Chain 2, skip this petal, come over to this last chain 3 space and put in one more of these corners. Corner petals, if you want to call them that. I think that's 5. 1, 2, yep. Chain 1 and 5 more. Now I'm going to do one more chain 2. I'm going to come behind that petal, and then we're going to join to our first where are we going to join? We're going to join to the top of our first double crochet, which is our chain 3. So it makes it a teeny bit awkward to join there. Try and get 2 loops of your chain there if you can. Slip stitch. This one I am going to do the chain 1 and tie off. Because I can hide that knot in the next round. Okay, so that is what we are looking at for this round. Got 3 layers of these petals, and now we're going to build the square around it, and these last petals will be the corners of our square. So I had already started. So I have a lot of my silver yarn already out, which is probably a giant mess now. Because I discovered my mistake as I was going and I realized I didn't have a 4th corner. Whoops. Okay, so for this one, we are starting in the first chain 2 space. We're going to attach our yarn, chain 3, and put in 2 double crochets. So I'm going to start right where I ended off. Chain 3, and then 2 double crochets. I'm trying to work over as many tails as I can. That just helps me later when I'm sewing them in. And then to hop to the corner, we're going to chain 2. So in this corner, which is just a chain 1, we are going to make some double crochet 3 together clusters. So these are kind of like, well, they are, you sort of half make 3 double crochets and then you join them all in the last yarn over. So what I mean by that is we're going to yarn over, insert into that chain 1 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're going to repeat that. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then repeat it one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. And in between these clusters, there's a chain 2. So we're going to do that cluster one more time. So we're going to half make 3 double crochets. So you stop after that first yarn over, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 2. One more cluster. And now we're going to chain 2 to hop over to this chain 2 space, and we're going to put in 3 double crochets in there. So 1, 2, oopsies, and 3. Chain 2 again, come to your next corner, chain 1 space, and we're going to put in 3 of those double crochet 3 together clusters. So that's 1, chain 2, chain 2. And I realize if you are a super beginner, then I am going super fast. There is a way to slow down the playback speed on YouTube. So if you need to, then please do that. Chain 2, we're going to make one more corner cluster formation. We need 3 double crochets in this chain 2 space. That's 1, and these are regular double crochets, not our little clusters. Chain 2, 1 more cluster. Okay, final chain 2, and then we can join to that starting chain 3 of the round. Let's take a look at that. And that's what we got so far. Okay, so round 7. And for me, this is where I put in my dusty lavender. This is a fairly straightforward round. So we're joining in this chain 2 space, and we're starting with a chain 3. And then we are putting 2 more double crochets into this space. So 1, 2. So we are here. Sorry, bumped the camera. We're here. So we're going to chain 1, and then in the center cluster that we made, we are going to do a traditional granny corner. So that's 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So let's take a look at that together. We're going to chain 1. We're going to find the center cluster. So not that one, not that one. It's the middle one. And we're going to, whoops, yarn over, insert, do 3 double crochets. Now these are not clusters, these are regular double crochets, so finish each one before you start the next. Chain 3, and then 3 more, all in that same stitch. Then we chain 1 to hop to the next chain 2 space, and we're putting 3 double crochets in that chain 2 space. Chain 1, hop over this cluster and put another 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. Chain 1, we're at the corner again. So in this middle cluster of our corner, we are going to make another corner. So that is 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 3, whoops, come back here, and 3 double crochets. Chain 1, next chain 2 space gets 3 double crochets, and that is our repeat. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I will come around and show you the finished square. I'm back at the beginning. I'm going to put 3 whoopsies double crochets in my last chain 2 space, chain 1, and then I can attach to my starting chain 3. Now here I am going to do my invisible join because it is the outside, and I do find that having the invisible join rather than that little chain 1 join at the end, like around the perimeter of your squares, really makes a difference when you're sewing your squares together. It just helps to find those stitches. And then you're not trying to fight with this little knot that you get when you do the chain 1 tie off. Okay, so I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to quickly weave this end in, and then we can take a look at what this square looks like. All right, so apart from all the ends, which we'll try and tuck to the back, here is our finished tea rose square. I think I did pretty good. Possibly, maybe. I almost feel like I missed something there. Oh, it's just hiding. There we go. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again tomorrow on Instagram anyways for day number 41. This is day number 40, and yeah, thanks for joining me. I would love to have you follow me over on Instagram. Like I said, I am posting these every day on Instagram, and then every week I do a recap, and I have a highlight that has all of the squares so far, so you can see the first 5 weeks. Yeah, so up like the first 35 squares. And once these are all done, I will be putting them together in some sort of blanket. So that'll be fun too. All right, have a great day. and I will see you again soon.